Welcome. This is Jesse Cross. I'm Josephat. As we go, I'm taking to some of the places that are very beautiful in our village. Places that I used to be in when I was young. You can see there are beautiful sceneries, green vegetation cover, and we also have some rocks, as you can see. And these rocks have been here for years and years, as my grandpa keeps on telling me about them. Here is the river called River Githanja. Githanja River is where I used to be, where I used to come and fetch water when I was a young boy. And this river had been here for years and years. Even before the white man came, it was still flowing. But by then it had large volume of water, but now it comes reducing bit by bit. The reason as to why this happens, I don't know. Though, because of famine, and sometimes there's a long period of strong sunlight and dry season, it comes getting drying up a bit, but it has never ended and it will never end. As you can see, the river is not so huge, it's not so wide, but it still flows. As you can see on this other side, I have these rocks. These rocks are believed to have been there for years and years. Even my grandfather tells me that when he was born, they found these rocks still there. And their parents tell them that these rocks have been in existence for years and years. Actually, these rocks have also served as some of the stones or some of the rocks that would be used by women to come and would sit on it and bask on the sun, or else some women would come and wash their clothes beside this river, sit on these rocks, or dry up or hang their clothes on these fences you see around. But that was the traditional days. It is not that they do that currently. Development came. But it is the traditional days when my grandparents were young, were small children. As you can see, there are also some of the arrowroot plants that have grown beside the river. And this river has become very resourceful to this village because all those years have been existent. It has served for irrigation, they have fetched water for domestic uses, and it has been of much help to these people. As you can see, on this other side, there's a large field of grass. This large field of grass, we have this area that comes from up here or inside here. As you go in, you also see other rocks. The water level in this area is so high such that you could have fresh water coming this way and coming all the way down, come and even try to add humus or try to make this soil good and fertile for this grass to grow like this. As you can see, it is green and well up. So the water level comes down and comes and forms a small well here. I used to fetch water here when I was a young boy, but by then it was not constructed this way. So the CDF, or the Constituency Development Fund, came and built this well this way, put this pipe there, so people are able to fetch water well. But now piped water came all the way to homes, so people forgot to fetch water from here, so it looked as if it has been abandoned. But you can see it still exists and water still flows. As you can see, water is clean and it is fresh and it is flowing all the way down here, going and joining the river. And joining the river there, this river also flows and joins another big river down there called River Githanja. On this side, you see there's a fence. Next to the fence, or beyond After going beyond the fence, there is a large fish pond, though you cannot see it and you cannot go through. Was a certain man who died some years ago. He was called Mr. Owero. It was a big fish pond that used to serve people in this area could buy fish from him because the fish pond had many fish. He was very good in fishing and was very good even in farming. Because apart from fish, even fruits like avocados, mangoes, and even sugarcane plantation was also there because he used to spend most of the day's hours in his farm. So I decided to bring this just a few or for you just to view in our village down there where I used to enjoy when I was a young boy. But you can see nowadays we don't come to fetch because pipe water came home, so people even forgot this place. Even children nowadays don't know how to fetch water from the river because now development came and piped water was brought all the way to each and every home. But in my case, I decided to tour here because I had come home because of elections, and I decided to take some time, come and tour here and see at least how the place looks like. By then this field was so good because after boys have bathed or have swimmed in the river, you could come and spread themselves on this grass. You can see it's a large field of green grass, and it used to serve so well as other men and people used to sit on these rocks or the rocks that I showed you there. So it was a place that even could unite people, could make people from this region and the other side of the river, these two regions could meet here and could make people at least even interact, socialize, know one another. Even some of them could intermarry out of this meeting here. Because when both people from both sides are come to fetch water here, they could meet here. As I've told you boys, after swimming, they would lie on this grass and dry up. Women, after washing clothes, they would spray them on these fences for drying up and other uses. But now, because of development, piped water came home. Each and every home has piped water, a tap outside their house. Nowadays, this place was forgotten. But as I've shown you, the well still flows, the river still flows, the large field of grass still exists. So sometimes when you and your friend, or maybe you and your lover, want to talk and share a bit of some things, and you don't want to be heard by anyone, this can be a good place. It is no man's land. As I'm here, there is nobody who is questioning me or trying to point at me. I'm in his land. So it's a public place. It's a governance place. So as people can decide to come here, sit here, talk, share ideas, or talk and have fun here as a couple or as friends, it is well up. I enjoy and I've enjoyed being in this area. Now as I decide now to leave and go back with the route that I came with. Used to see the rocks. These rocks, as I tell you, they are served as good sceneries. I have of several friends who have been taking photos here. Some of my friends from even other places have come and been taking photos from here because they really wanted to have these rocks appearing in the photographs and all that. They also wanted to have a view of these sceneries. As you can see, some of these trees or some of the caves here, there was a cave inside there. It is no longer viewable. It's a rocky place. There was a cave inside. It's no longer viewable because it had been covered so much by these plants. But the place is so beautiful. That's why I decided to tour here, bring it here, and at least view and see how the place is. As you can see, even inside there, sometimes you could come with some of the friends and see some of the things here. There was a toad that jumped, a frog that jumped, The place is good. You cannot fight snakes here or spiders because snakes and spiders stay in hot and warm places. This near the river, obvious, during this cold season, this place is not warm, it is not hot, so it's very hard to find a snake. Even if it is bushy and rocky, it is very hard to find a snake because it is very cold. It's on a cold season. Then near the river, it is so cold. This rock here, I remember, the ladder here, I don't know where these rocks came. As you have seen, there are so many and so huge. But the thing is that I've never forgotten this place. Because to me, it is like a tourist attraction, of which, even if most people don't know because it is in the village, and in the village, it's only people from this village who knows it. Some of my friends who have been taking photos from here, once they go back to where they belong, they ask by their friends, which place is this on earth? But all the same, I've liked the way you have joined me in this tour. Now I'll take you for more tours elsewhere. As you come seeing, as the river still flows, as I've told you, this river joins another river, another big river down there called River Maragua, and the river itself is from up there at a place called Kerere, and those are the regions. Here, this river is very cool. It is not noisy at all because it is very deep here. Where the river is so quiet is where it is so deep. As you can hear, there is no noise or any movement of water of this river. This section of this part of the river always quiet because it's so deep. You got the baobab plants over here. These are these are baobab plants. In our language, we call them miragi. These plants are called like that, mirangi, in our language, and that's our mother tongue language, Kikuyu. And they have been so beautiful because also if you are taking a photograph or you are taking a selfie or a photo next to these plants, it had to appear so beautiful. You can make it to your wallpaper or you put the photo in WhatsApp or Facebook or wherever. It had to be so good. So without wasting much time, I still go back this way. There are also these plants here. They are very flowery. As you can see, they got some white flowers. And as you know, all the flowering plants, we got some bees flying around them. For now, you may not see many bees because sometimes they come like a season. Sometimes you can see some of the bees, but sometimes they are not there. But there are times they come so many bees, and you find them very much crowded around these flowers. But some of the times, right now, they are gone. It's like they tend to move. Some of bees sometimes move away and sometimes come back. That's why you see these plants. Very wonderful, very coloring. As you can see, those white flowers will always make them very attractive and very nice, as white as snow. As you know, color white attracts most of the things or most of the people. So you come to this other side. Here, during that time, I was young, or I was in my primary school. The river used to be so wide here, so wide you could not even jump the other side. You could not even dare swim because it used even to be so deep. But with years, as years have gone on and on, it has come becoming so narrow, it has come reducing the volume and amount of water. It is almost disappearing. But the thing that it doesn't end because our grandparents keep on telling us sometimes there's some years it behaves like this. The amount of water is so small, it has become so narrow. But some years also it comes and add much water. It had to have large volume of water such that you cannot even go the other side. But now here you can see it is now very fresh. You cannot drink the water, but I mean it is good looking here. And sometimes you can take some time and come and relax around here and enjoy the river. Hope you have enjoyed. I like your attention and concentration. I'm Josephat, and my friends from wherever, I've enjoyed you being with me. Even my Italian friends that we are together with you. That's Filippo Brioschi, Gianmarco Rigon, Nicolo and Melinda Muela from Switzerland. Hope you have enjoyed this trip with me, and thanks for watching. Till next time. Goodbye.